Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. So today the Wild West event has finally dropped after a bit of delay. So we go over here to the Western Pass. You can buy the Sheriff's Pass for 7.99 Robux. I think it's also tradable, not 100% sure. And then you'll get the Hooligan Bonnie, that's kind of a funny name. And if we go all the way over here, you'll get an Agony, which is actually pretty good because it's used for evolving a lot of units. Then you'll also get a Gunslinger Endo, and if you're just doing the free pass, you will get a Slick Bonnie. Moving on to some of the other exclusive units from the presents, the Western presents to be exact. Cowboy Freddy at a 60% chance, Maestro Puppet at a 35% chance, Tavern Chica at a 5% chance, Blind Eye Foxy at a 0.25% chance, and then Nightmare 0.05% chance. Outlaw Freddy. He actually seems like he's gonna be a pretty good unit. I really hope he is. Valk Chica was good. Leviathan was okay, but now has an evolution, which I might be able to do a video on later, but the prices have kind of risen since Leviathan Mango has an evolution now. And then we have the exclusive endgame pack, which should be a bounty mangle, which will set you back either 999 Robux or 100,000 Western tokens. And then on the flip side of that, we have an exclusive starter pack, which is a Jackpot Freddy, which will set you back either 399 Robux or 30,000 Western coins, or tokens, should I say. With that being covered, we're gonna go over some of the layouts of some of the days. I'm not necessarily gonna play them. I'll show a bit of gameplay, but it's mostly just gonna be analyzing them just a little bit. So let's start off with the layout of the maps. The Wild West event has 5 days, day 1 being the easiest and day 5 being the hardest, and we will go in chronological order. Then obviously, since day 1 only has one entrance, the boss will spawn from this door. And just so that's easier to understand, I will be playing every single day on the Nightmare difficulty of its version. Everything will be played on Nightmare. But looking at it from a gameplay standpoint, it's pretty simple. All it is just one line. You start off with 600 cash. I can put a purple guy down. All the enemies will come from right here. The deserted Freddys only have 500 health, which with the right units doesn't prove a problem, as well as the units in the later waves. Deadeye Freddy only has 100,000 health, and provided the right units, really is not much of a nuisance. And with that, we will move on to day 2. Days 1 through 4 don't really provide any really much of a difference besides just the map layout and where the entrances and exit is. So for the rest of the video, I'll kind of just briefly go over that until we reach day 5, because day 5 is kind of when the biggest changes happen throughout the Wild West event. As we continue our journey from day 1 to day 2, not many changes except for the extra entrance point that the enemies can come from, and the boss will spawn from this entrance, for anybody who was wondering. As we go on to day 3, you will see that there are 3 entrances instead of 2, and there's one entrance that is much closer than the other 2, which is this one, and the boss will spawn from the second farthest entrance, which is this one. But besides that, from gameplay perspective, there aren't really many crucial changes that you'll need to know. As we near the end of our journey on to day 4, you'll see there's still 3 entrance points and 1 exit point. However, one thing to point out that is actually relatively important, especially if your units aren't the greatest, there is an entrance that is very close to the exit, which is highlighted right now, that can possibly end your game if you either just aren't careful or just don't have the units for it. So I definitely recommend that. And then the boss will spawn from this entry point, which is also nice to understand. Alright. You've made it, day 5. You're in the final stretch of the new Wild West event. So, obviously, as you can see on the screen, there's 3 entrances, just like day 3 and day 4. The only main difference is, which is very actually crucial difference, is on wave 1, the starting enemies have a lot of health, which we will put into perspective here in a little bit in some gameplay. And then the boss will spawn from this entrance, as you will see here in a little bit. Alright, so looking into day 5 now. as you can see, this is the layout as displayed earlier, but like I said, look at how much health these starting enemies have. 5,000. 5,000 is a lot. If you're not cautious, the enemies might be able to get past, which is an insane difference from how the previous days were, as the deserted Freddy's only had 500 health, as to where the deserted puppets have tenfold that amount of health, having 5,000 instead of the normal 500. So that health increase can shock some people when they first load into this on Nightmare difficulty, but if you're well prepared and you have the units and you have what it takes, you should be able to pretty easily be able to deal with them. Looking at the boss now, he has 350,000 health. Sadly though, it looks like mine glitched out and does not have a walking animation, which is a little sad, but it looks like if you have anything that's close to my loadout, you should have no problem dealing with him. And with you completing the Wild West event now, you can just farm whichever day you want for souls and for Western tokens. I wish you best of luck in getting all the units from the Western event and getting the pass completed. And it looks like there's nothing else to do besides talk about my Discord, which there's a link in the description for that. If you're interested in joining, I do giveaways every now and then. I will be doing a relatively bigger giveaway once I hit 1,000 subscribers, which is a very big milestone for me. And if you liked the video and enjoyed it, and you want to see more of this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep posting these videos for you guys. I appreciate everybody who watched. I hope this video helped you complete the Wild West event. I tried to include as much as I could about where the boss spawns, how many entrances there are, what kind of enemies spawn, and just let me know if you guys like these more analytical videos than just the present openings and the gameplay videos. Alright, that's all for me today, guys. I appreciate the support. Jeros the Goat is out.